And we are live. It is the Unapologetic Podcast. We are live and we are back. What has been going on since we've been gone? The
Everything.
actual and the actual Kimberly Smith. Welcome back to Chicago. You are a year older.
Yes.
You got a new hair and a new attitude.
Not a new hair and a new attitude. Not I went in with the others, and I mean they have been beside themselves all week, and I'm just like, it's just a little weave wrapped in. That's all. Just a little weave. Calm down. It's okay.
How have you been, Kim?
Blessed, black, and highly favored. How about yourself?
Whew, I've been fighting for my life lately, but I'm feeling all right today. I'm feeling all
Not
right.
fighting for my life.
You
You fighting
know,
for
you
your
know it's
life?
bad. You know it's bad when I ain't had a Pepsi. So
Oh yeah, that is
I
true.
feel a little better today because I got a Pepsi with me today, sponsored by
Oh
Pepsi.
goodness
Hopefully
gracious.
Pepsi can pay us soon. It is season 16. Wow, 16 of them of the Unapologetic Podcast Circle with live the actual and factual Kim Smith back after a longer than expected hiatus. But hey, we are here. Wednesday nights are back dedicated to the podcast. And
Yes.
since we've been gone, a lot has happened. But here in Chicago, they retired Derrick Rose's jersey. I saw some of your crew were in the building. Were you in the
Yes.
building for this?
Yes, we I knew that this was coming. I had heard about it last year because originally they had put out that it was happening and then they moved the date, and as soon as they dropped tickets, I called the girls. Of course, like Cayenne plays basketball, but like we grew up you know favoring the Bulls, even though we're not from here. The Bulls was the closest, thing that we kind of had to like a basketball team. And when I actually got here, Derrick Rose was literally on the come up and watched everything. Unfortunately, watched the game where he very, very first got hurt and said, "Hey, I feel like we need to be in the building for this." The girls agreed, and we loved it. It was absolutely fantastic. They had the United Center decked out with all of his memorabilia, pictures, roses. All of us got a shirt with his number and name and stuff on it. So happy we decided to go. Absolutely amazing.
Uh, I was not available to go due to the high ticket price. This was the highest ticket ever in
That is
Chicago
not
Bulls
true.
history. Yeah,
That is
yeah,
not true.
very high ticket, very
That's
high.
not true. It was not that bad at all.
I did watch on TV, and it was special. It was special for the people. So
Uh huh.
I don't know. The people are on the fence if he deserved his jersey to be retired. And I'm gonna have to. If it was up to me, Derrick Rose jersey would not be hanging from the rafters. I know he's a Chicago kid, but
Wow.
I don't think that his career is worthy of a jersey retirement. It is worthy from a Chicago kid perspective, but
Okay.
yeah, not from a basketball perspective. So I know.
I am
Uh,
so shocked to hear you say that. I really,
yeah,
really am. Like,
yeah,
I guess I just need more context clues. Like, why not?
yeah. I actually want to do a whole podcast on the Derrick Rose jersey retirement and figuring out if he's bigger and means more to Chicago than Michael Jordan. I think that
I don't think so. Now, I don't think that at all. I
mm,
think he was very um like I think his speech was very down to earth. You've seen it on TV. His comments basically let it be known that he wouldn't be where he was without, your mics and Scotties and things like that. So I don't think that like he came in trying to overshadow or anything. I just personally think that what he gave to the city at the time was great. I mean, not trying to be funny, y'all really hadn't had anything happening on the Chicago Bulls since Jordan and Pippen, and
yeah,
then Derrick Rose showed up. So
yeah.
I think he deserves it. I mean, I would definitely be interested to see what you all think being from here or whatever like that. But I disagree. I think he deserved it.
Yeah, okay. And we want to thank you for returning back to Chicago after a 3 month hiatus. But we don't know in a few years if the Bears are going to be located in the city of Chicago. The saga continues. We've added Indiana to the potential sites along with Arlington Heights, and it seems like Chicago is no longer an option. So hopefully the Bears will get it together. I don't give a damn where they go, where they play, as long as they say the
You going to
Chicago
Hammond?
Bears.
You going
As
to
long
Hammond?
I'll go to Hammond for free. I will go to Hammond for free. Hammond is closer to me than
Oh,
Arlington Heights.
in Arlington Heights, which is true.
Yeah.
I think the thing that's not being said in this conversation is that if the Chicago Bears, the people that own the Chicago Bears, can't afford to build a stadium in Chicago next to the water where the city has given them land, then maybe it is time for them to sell the team. If you have to jump through all these hoops and tax loopholes and trying to force, the city into basically paying for something that they refuse to pay for, then maybe it might be time for them to look at other avenues because they clearly can't afford to house the team as that they should be. I don't know. I feel like that is the problem. Like they keep trying to blame this on the city of Chicago, where the city of Chicago has been very straightforward. Like, hey, yeah, we can do this, and this, but like, you're not going to skip out on all of these taxes. You're not going to not pay into this city. And it seems like everybody else is just, grabbing at the fact of like, oh, maybe we can get the Bears in our town, our city, or whatever like that. But in all actuality, I think all of it, as Donald Trump would say, is a hoax. I think all of it is a hoax. I think the Bears will be right here in 2030. And I personally think they have done all of this to try to squeeze Chicago to give them more money. And I'm very happy that J.D. Pritzker and Mayor Johnson have told their asses, no, we have given you what our limit is, and you can either take it or leave it.
Yeah, I don't think that the Bears will be playing in Chicago once that new stadium is built in Arlington Heights. I don't think that it will go. They will go to Indiana because Illinois doesn't want to lose that much money. But I do not think that taxpayers should have to pay for a new stadium when if you sell the team, it's going to sell for billions of dollars. You have the money.
You have money.
Yeah, and the friends of the park district, whatever they call, they don't want.
Oh yeah.
They don't want the land to be messed with over there anyway. So Bears move. You're gonna go to the games regardless, wherever it is. If you're a season ticket holder, I don't go to the Bears games here unless it's for free. I'll go anywhere else. But so I don't care. But thank you, Kim, for coming back. Bears, just keep the name. Because if you change the name from Chicago, I'm done. It has to say Chicago.
Okay, that's the limit.
No Indiana.
So y'all will travel anywhere to see them. They just have to have Chicago in the name.
Chicago, the name stays.
I earned it.
Okay.
You can have all.
Yeah. So, and speaking of the Bears, the Super Bowl. Where did you watch the Super Bowl at, Kim?
Where did I watch the Super Bowl at? Okay. So we actually were it was actually our Galentine's Day dinner. It was actually our Galentine's Day dinner. So we actually was at Galentine's Day dinner watching the Super Bowl on our phones. So we got to see everything, but of course, Galentine's Day dinner trumped the Super Bowl this year.
Are y'all kidding me?
Absolutely not. We didn't care for either of the teams that were playing. We made sure we watched Bad Bunny so he could get the numbers. And yeah, that was about it.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, the Super Bowl.
Where did you watch it?
The Super Bowl is on Valentine's Day next year, so we'll see what you all come up with then.
Hey, well, we don't care what anybody else got to do with it. If that lands on Galentine's Day, then we will be at Galentine's Day dinner. Yeah, you know. I
um,
mean,
so
if somebody in there that we care about, it might change, how we feel. But
Bad Bunny, how did you enjoy the show?
I bad the halftime performance.
Yeah.
I thought it was great. I mean, I didn't understand anything he said, but like I love the symbolism. I love that I learned later that everybody was having a fit about Lady Gaga. And actually what he said before he cut to Lady Gaga in Spanish was, "Oh, this is what you really wanted." And then it cuts to the white woman singing. I thought that was phenomenal.
Okay.
Shout out to them. I love the fact that Ricky Martin came out. Hadn't seen Ricky Martin in forever. He looks great. I thought that all of the moving parts with the trees and him walking through like actual him walking through actual stores that exist. I thought that was great. I thought the couple that got married on stage was phenomenal, and that was real. They actually sent Bad Bunny a invitation, and he invited them to get married on the Super Bowl. Loved all of the Latin dancers and the actors and actresses in the background. Everybody was having a fit that Cardi wasn't on the main stage, forgetting that Cardi was finna start her own tour. So maybe Cardi did not have enough time to practice for Bad Bunny and her, tour. But, overall, I enjoyed it. What about yourself?
Yeah, I enjoyed it as well. Of course, I didn't understand a damn word, but
Mm-hmm.
it was still entertaining. Um, and so shout out to him. I could not believe they did a whole halftime show in Spanish, but with the sign of the times, and especially
Yep.
with whatever ICE was doing out in these streets. I was all for it. I'm okay with switching and stuff up. It's all about being entertaining, and he was definitely entertaining. And I think he won Album of the Year at the Grammys or something too. So,
He did.
that. I mean, hey, somebody like him. I may not know who he is, but somebody in America likes Bad
They
Bunny.
142 million people watched the Super Bowl halftime show.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
then the numbers came out today, and worldwide, it was in the billions.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Bad
we
Bunny
know
is
how
fine.
big.
We
Yeah,
we
we
might
know how
not
big.
ever need to know what he's saying,
Yeah,
but somebody cares.
yeah. We know how big Spanish uh, the language is, period, and
Absolutely.
especially here in America. I mean, there's more Spanish speaking people than black people here in America. So,
Facts.
and that's a big reason why the white folks are acting the way they acting because they
You a
didn't
fool.
they didn't open up in the
Did you
words of
tune into the other halftime show
what other halftime show?
with Kid Rock? You didn't know that they had a rival halftime show?
No, that means that it was irrelevant.
The whites put on their own halftime show.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Wow.
Chris Rock and a few others. I have no idea who they are. They said they barely broke a million.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm just glad to see it reflecting at the polls.
I
We'll
mean,
get to
right.
that later
That
on. Shout out to Bowley, Jackson, Brittany watching us live on Instagram. Cardi B was in the building.
yeah.
Stefan Diggs was in the building.
Uh-huh.
His New England Patriots lost to the Seattle Supersonics. Wow, show how old I am.
Threw it all the way
Uh,
back.
to the Seattle Seahawks, who the owners put the team up for sale right after that. So
Damn.
way to go out. The price went up. The
That's
price
it.
definitely
Okay.
went
The
up.
the fee is different. Okay.
Yeah. But Cardi and Stephon Diggs were not an item at that time, and he had another lady in the stands. Kim, what is wrong with Cardi? What you cannot still be on the Cardi train after all the shenanigans she has been doing since the breakup with Offset. I hear her tour is going great, going to be in Chicago.
Phenomenal.
Maybe you'll be there. But what's going on with Cardi?
I stand 10 toes down with Cardi. Like, I don't know what you mean. So the rumor is that Stefan Diggs, one of his child's mother, the son was supposed to come with his mother and his family. For whatever reason, the girl decides that the little boy can't come if she can't come. So instead of him talking to Cardi about it, he goes ahead and he buys the girl a ticket for her to bring the son. Instantly, of course, because women are petty in that way, what she does is as soon as she gets to the field, she takes a picture and she posts it, of course, right? So Cardi is blindsided because she's like, why is this particular person here? And I guess he wanted to be nonchalant about it, whatever, this, that, and the third. Cardi said, you got me fucked up. And as she said on the red carpet when they asked her, I mean, on the carpet when they asked her about it, good luck. And I mean, clearly luck is not lucking because he was released a couple of hours ago from the Patriots. So shout out to Cardi. So, I mean, I think that Cardi made it very, very clear that, you know, Stefan Diggs was somebody she was having fun with, got pregnant. She wanted to keep the kids, so she did. And she had never said that, like, this was going to be her next husband or anything like that, that she was just outside having fun. I think Stefan Diggs forgot, just like Offset forgot that Cardi was Cardi. And yeah, I think that's why she was just like, yeah, I'm good. You have fun.
Cardi still married, baby with Stefan Diggs. We'll see who she decides to get with next while married on this tour. Who's going to pop out with Cardi B? While we were gone, Super Bowl. And we also missed the Grammys, Kim, which I enjoyed all the genres, but I'm so glad that they got the tribute right
Oh,
for D'Angelo and Roberta Flack. Would have loved to get a little more Angie Stone in there, but we know that Lauryn Hill's ties to D'Angelo and Roberta Flack, they got it right. Were you able to watch?
I watched the entire Grammys. It was a struggle. I'm not gonna lie, it was a struggle. I forgot award shows can be so long. But I wanted to stay up because I wanted to watch this tribute, and I was absolutely blown away. Like, oh my God, everybody that hit the stage sounded amazing. I love the fact that there was no ego in it because you had Anthony Hamilton like playing background. Like everybody that she brought out had some of the people I had never even heard of. Like the guy that hit that high note. I'm like, oh my God, who is that? Like I think exactly like you said. I don't know the history between Lauryn Hill, Roberta Flack, and D'Angelo. I really don't. I'm not a music head like y'all. But whatever it was, I'm so happy they tapped her into this because it was phenomenal.
Well, you know, her and D'Angelo did Nothing Even Matters.
Oh yes. Oh, absolutely.
Right. So she sang some of that, and then Killing Me Softly is
Yes.
Roberta Flack's song.
Right.
So she did Killing Me Softly. So that is why you had the Lauryn Hill connection with those two artists. So I mean, it was a great tribute to those two, and I'm just so glad that the Grammys got it right because we've just seen other shows that
Woo.
don't get it right just from the artists that they choose. You
Yeah.
know, so yeah, shout out to them. We will be live when the Oscars go on March 15th, so we'll be able to talk about that on March 18th. I think that's the right date. March 18th, we'll have a full Oscars recap and your movie Sinners. Set an all-time record. I haven't seen it yet. I kind of want to see it now because I've heard so many
I cannot believe
things about it.
I cannot believe you. How have you not sat down and watched? I have been telling you to watch this movie for a year. A year.
It's just not from what I hear. You know, I like to laugh. You know, and I like thinking movies too. So
Mm-mm.
it just
Mm-mm.
don't seem like it's going to resonate with me. But one of my family members made a comment about an event that we had and referred to an event in Centers
Okay.
as what it was like. So I said, okay, I need to go watch and see what this is all about.
You know,
I
and you
don't
want to
like
know
demonic stuff either. I don't like demonic.
it's not demonic. I wanted
Okay.
one, first of all, you know, I don't play about stuff like that. It's not demonic. Sinners is a masterpiece to Black people. It really truly is. Like Sinner, what Ryan Coogler was able to put together is something we will never see again. Like Sinner, now you know my mama. My mama don't play. My mama loves Sinners. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, like Tanya do not play about none of it. And when I tell you, she called me and she was like, wow, you know what I mean? That was
Okay.
great. You
Okay.
have Sinners is on HBO right now. And also, because it is an Oscar nominated film, it will be back in theaters this Friday and next Friday.
Okay. Oh, wow. Okay.
So
Okay.
even if you want to go give Ryan Coogler, you know, the $8 you should have gave him last year, you can do that.
Yeah, I'll find a way to watch it at home.
On the good, the H, the B, the O. You can watch it
Yeah,
on
yeah,
HBO.
yeah.
Yes.
I'll find it. Are they going to win Best Movie, Best Picture?
You want to know what? The Actors Awards, actually known as SAG, but they've changed it to the Actors Awards now. Shocked everybody this past weekend because one battle after another had been kind of sweeping. I'm gonna be completely honest. I'm not hating on one battle after another just for the simple fact that Tiana Taylor was in it, and I love Tiana Taylor. But one battle after another is not better than Sinners. One battle after another is what white men fantasize about Black women in a movie. And if you've seen it, you know exactly what I'm talking about. If you haven't seen it and you watch it, you're going to know exactly what I'm talking about. Okay. Sinners had so many different layers or whatever that I just could not believe that one battle after another was really sweeping like that. But like I said, the Actors Award this weekend cleared that all up. Sinners won Best Cast, Best Movie, and the Michael B. Jordan won Best Actor. So now that has happened, a lot of people are saying that it has now changed the dynamic of what could actually happen at the Oscars.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I look forward to their report. That would be episode 3 of the Unapologetic Podcast, season 16. We are back live with the actual factual Kim Smith while we were gone. Is Damson Idris going to be the new Black Panther? Is that a true story?
So I don't know where people got that from. Like it has not been on it. So like I am a Marvel fanatic. So I follow a lot of the Marvel pages because we are all getting ready for Doomsday, December 18th, 2026. If you know, you know. So we are all getting prepared for that. And I have not seen him on any of the boards, any of the Disney promotion. And don't get me wrong, like this would definitely be something that it would just happen. But like, I don't see dance. I don't see it. Like, I don't. Like, I personally think if they recast somebody, it's going to be somebody no one knows. I think it'll fit better. A lot of people do not want them to replace Chadwick. I am one of those people, but I also understand that it's a business, right? And they have to do what they have to do. But not even trying to be facetious. In the comic books, Killmonger comes back. Killmonger is played by Michael B. Jordan. Des and Michael B. Jordan do not get along. So that's another.
They don't get along in real life?
Correct. Yeah.
Because of that girl.
Correct.
Well, I tell you, ain't nothing like
So yeah, I don't see it. I mean, if it happens, I would be like, oh, okay, that's cool. But I don't see it.
Yeah. We need a short short podcast on that view of Michael B. Jordan and Damson Idris.
No, we don't.
Yeah. No, we don't. And what's the girl's name? Lori Harvey.
Her name is Lori Harvey.
Lori Harvey and Cardi B. Yikes.
What? Wait a minute. Now what? How did that happen? I don't understand.
2 women you stay away from.
Wow.
And they painted the picture of Tyra Banks as being a mean girl, being a troubled lady. They actually talked about it so much that it made me go and try to watch the documentary. I did not get very far
You watched
because
all 3 episodes?
no, I didn't get through episode one. Because see, I just want to know what they're saying about Tyra and what Tyra is saying. I don't need to know the origin and watch Men in Heels and all that. It just got a little too much of me early on. So I just need to see some snippets
Men
and
in
when
heels? What you mean?
the judge was walking in heels and then the other guy was
Oh,
doing
Miss J? Well,
I don't
that's
have time for
always
all that.
been Miss J. Miss J is the walking coach.
Well, I didn't want to watch him teaching and all that. I just want to know what Tyra was saying, why they didn't like Tyra, and all that type of stuff. Did you watch the documentary? Is the
I
yes?
sure did. I watched all
Okay.
3 episodes, and me and the girls have been talking about this for a couple weeks now. I think that the younger generations just don't understand what the 2000s were, right? I
Mm-hmm.
think that it's easy for 20-year-olds to talk about how things should be when they don't really understand how things were. So in the early 2000s, reality TV was very, very new, right? Like reality TV was something that was like a negative connotation. Actual movie stars didn't do it. That was back at a time where movie stars didn't even play in TV, right? Like they only did movies because they only wanted you to be like, oh my God, we haven't seen them in 2 or 3 years or whatever like that. That's how the 2000s were, right? America's Next Top Model dropped in 2003, 2002, 2003, one or the two.
Mm-hmm.
And at that time, models did not look like Eva Pickford. They looked like Kate Moss and Giselle Betzford and Heidi Klum. And your 3 Black women that were notably models were Tyra Banks, which had aged out, Naomi Campbell, which was aging out, and Iman, that had totally aged out.
Mm-hmm.
And what Tyra had set to do was change how modeling was seen. And that's exactly what Tyra Banks did.
Mm-hmm.
Now, America's Next Top Model did get far fetched as the seasons went on. I will give people that, right? I'll give you the fact that some of the stunts and stuff she had them doing were uncalled for, didn't really need to be done, things like that. But this whole theory that like Tyra is like a terrible, horrible person for America's Next Top Model is bullshit. Because if America's Next Top Model never happened, you would have never had the plus size era. You would have never had Winnie Harlow. You would have never had Eva Pickford. You would have never had Ashley Graham. You wouldn't have had any of these women come through and be successful in modeling without America's Next Top Model. Now, they wanted Tyra to get on here and beg and cry and say how sorry she was or whatever. And Tyra basically said, no, like, this is what happened. I do feel like we overstepped in a lot of places, but in a lot of places, we did fine. And I agree with her. I think this generation is so used to people bending and apologizing to them for things that have nothing to do with them that people are in an uproar with her because she will not apologize.
Yeah. Good for her.
Yeah,
I'm not.
absolutely.
Yeah, I'm not one for apologies unless they're necessary, and and not to appease anyone and not to just put a band-aid on it. So shout out to Tyra for staying to her ground. Tyra that moved over to Australia and said, I ain't got time for
Open up her ice cream shop.
that. Yeah, Tyra ain't got time for this.
Said she ain't
And
got the
Tyra
time.
and Tyra still look good too. I was glad to see that she still kept herself up.
Yeah, Tyra
All
looked
Tyra.
great.
Uh while we were gone, Kim, Trump is still the president. Trump is still alive. Yikes.
These are factual statements.
And we
Wow.
don't have anything to brag about since
No,
Trump left. Um,
he's still
Other
here.
than, they say they never won an election against a man, I guess that's, something to kind of brag about. Not putting women down or anything, but
No,
we
no,
know
no.
what's
That
like,
was a factual statement,
yeah,
though.
yeah,
Like,
yeah,
you
yeah,
know, but it lets you know, it literally lets you know how society views women, right?
yeah,
It's like
yeah,
we would rather have this than a woman.
yeah,
And that's why they're getting this.
yeah,
We still on vacation.
yeah, yeah. Uh,
92%. We on vacation.
Nicki Minaj. What are your
You
thoughts on
know,
Nicki Minaj?
you remember how they used to come in and do the sick and shut in list down at the church?
Yes.
I do believe that Nicki Minaj needs to be down on the sick and shut in list. I think the congregation needs to come together and pray for her well being. But in all honesty, like what Nicki Minaj is doing is a ploy. Like Nicki Minaj needs something from the Trump administration. And basically, the Trump administration said, okay, well, if you need this from us, we need this from you. Now, I don't know if it's her husband or if it's her brother. Both are registered sex offenders. I don't know if it's the fact that she technically is not a U.S. citizen. I don't know what it is. But Nicki Minaj has something going on over at that house that the Trump administration has been successful in using her as an idiotic mouthpiece.
Orpheus Rising live with us on Instagram. It said the Grim Reaper just keep passing him by somehow. And yeah,
Just keep
yeah,
leaping over, I
you
mean,
know,
he's taking everybody else down. We ain't
yeah,
never had so many deaths in that. I mean, that's been the time. I know we're gonna get to it, but damn.
the people always say only the good die young. So I guess
Ooh,
he
man.
got a lot of years left. Nikki coked out. She don't know what she's doing. Definitely
Oh,
on something.
she knows. No, I personally think she knows. Like I said, I think it's something she needs or whatever. I really truly do. Like I said, I don't know if it's that husband, that brother, something is happening over there down at that house.
Yeah. Since we've been gone, Kim, the U.S. invaded Venezuela and took their leader and wife, brought them to the United States, and we haven't heard a peep about that since it happened.
In a Nike tracksuit, though.
Yeah,
He was
yeah,
clean in that Nike tracksuit. Where
yeah.
are
Uh,
they?
I'm
I
pretty sure they're put up somewhere, living very nicely just to stay away. They are in nobody's jail.
Oh, you don't think so?
No,
No.
no, no,
Okay,
no.
so you think that they over here somewhere living the life of luxury?
It may not be here, but
Okay, but it's not in
I,
Venezuela.
yeah. No, not in Venezuela, but not
Okay,
here either.
because
They're not in jail.
they had to get in there and help, and that's why they had to capture him.
Yeah. So, and the people are saying that they went there because of oil,
Yes.
and now that they have that on lock, now they can go attack Iran.
Yep.
So,
And then they're
and
gonna the stockpile of oil that they stole from Venezuela, they're gonna start selling back to us at a premium rate.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
yeah. Um, Going back to Nicki Minaj, they said that Dion Cole is under a lot of fire for the way
Yes.
that he talked about her. But hey, it's comedy. See, if you go get a comedian, let them do their thing. Don't if you want to get somebody that's going to be politically correct, go get Oprah. But you don't go get Dion Cole, and then people got to be off limits and all
Yeah.
that. The same thing like with Tyra. We're not apologizing for certain things.
Yeah. No,
You
agreed.
wanted somebody that's gonna make it laugh. It's a current event. Bam, leave Dion alone.
I
I actually
agree.
like Dion. Yeah,
I'm happy that he didn't apologize. I think the apologizing has really gotten out of hand. Like Mike Epps made a comment, somebody recorded it, put it up, then he comes back and he apologizes 16 times. Like, it's just too much. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Nicki Minaj is on the sick and shut in list on purpose for a reason. Okay.
Yeah.
So, yes, they can talk about her. It's fine.
Yeah. And I don't think this is a good thing, but shout out to Iran. They said, okay, well, we know we can't come on U.S. soil and get you, but we go bomb y'all in other countries. And
Everywhere else.
even Trump said, I was a little surprised by that. I'm like,
no, don't nut if you not buck. I'm just saying. I mean, foolery at its best. No explanation as to why. I thought that they were going to do this, so I wanted to do it first. Like, we are really in the Truman Show. And again, like I said last season, if you have not watched the Truman Show, you need to watch it immediately. But it is just idiotic, the reasons, the way that they're just bypassing Congress. I just so happened to get up and turn on the TV on Monday, and like they're just giving these like lavish lie reports of like, we did this and we did that. I'm just like, millennials have lived through everything, right? 9/11, Katrina, what was the other badass storm down there? Deborah, something like that. I can't remember. But like, we have lived through some things. And like, this is one of those situations where it's so messed up it's funny, right? Because like we can't believe that like we're actually watching these things on TV. Like, everybody, I feel like that is a millennial, is waiting for somebody to yell cut. Because like that's how theatrical it is. It's insane.
Yeah. And if you notice that none of the other like European nations are getting involved in this Iran stuff, but when he was talking about going to get Greenland, all Germany, they all came and said, "Hey, look, you don't want to do this. This is what you don't want to do." And we ain't heard him say a peep about Greenland. So I love when bullies get bullied. I love it.
Yes, 100%. I mean, a fool of a bully too. Did you see the rash on his neck?
Yeah.
He also gonna be on the sick and shut in list quickly.
Yeah.
Also,
And I actually think I'd rather have Trump than JD Vance. JD Vance just doesn't.
JD Vance is something else. They is setting that up great, right? Like, low key, Erica Kirk gonna be on his side, and his wife gonna just fade into the background. Like, I'm like, it's insane that we have two men talking about immigrants, and both their wives are immigrants.
Did you see Melania? Did you see Melania leading that meeting?
It's like, but like, y'all want us to be laughed at. Like, that's how I feel now. Like, I truly feel like it's like, let's see how badly we can do so other people will laugh at us. Oh my god! Now, one thing I will say, the bitch was clean. That suit was tailored.
She go down. That's one thing she does do is dress. She does dress.
The heifer dresses, I give her that.
She does dress. Like, she need to go take some ESL classes. Anyway.
It was very difficult. Very, very difficult. I guess it was better than her reciting Michelle Obama's speech, I guess.
Yeah.
Said, wait a minute, haven't I heard this before? I'm so confused. I don't understand.
Yeah. Epstein files are out, and a great thing, no black girls allowed on Epstein Island. So that's where racism came back around and helped a lot of black women out. I want to say shout out to Jeffrey Epstein. No shade towards any of the victims and the victims' families and things like that. But, that's being black came in handy during that time for black women. Epstein files are out. I never really cared about the Epstein files being out because I didn't think that it would change anything. I don't think that it has changed anything. What are your thoughts on the Epstein files, Kim?
I'm honestly heartbroken because, you know, yes, they had a disdain for Black women, but women in general, over 1,000 plus women were trafficked and abused by these powerful men. And then to find out that, like, the only way that they were able to get out or able to not make sure they were abused is to go recruit other young girls is absolutely heartbreaking. I think it's sick when you find out that so many white men preferred 13 and 14-year-old girls and thought just because they were the richest and the most powerful people that nobody would ever care. I think that is idiotic that somebody like Jeffrey Epstein with very little education had got caught like in the 70s and 80s stealing his clients' money, accumulated this much wealth and power is insane to me. And this is exactly what they mean how white men just trip up, right? Jeffrey Epstein came from nothing, had nothing, but was able to finagle himself into millions just because that people were so stupid that they thought he was the end. Like, it's on record that one of Prince Andrew's girlfriends at the time said that, like, if you weren't invited to an Epstein party, you just weren't in the in crowd. While Prince Andrew was literally having sex with 16-year-old girls. You know what I mean? Like, I think the Epstein's files are disgusting. I think that it is insane that people are literally forgetting that Trump ran on the fact that he was going to release the Epstein files, that he was going to drain the swamp and release the Epstein files, but clearly not realizing how redaction works. That if you put in control, find, and replace, and you miss one, your name will pop up. And that is exactly what happened back last March. He thought because they kept pushing this and kept pushing this one, he thought he was going to talk his way out of the Epstein files. No. People think the reason that we're at war all of a sudden is because of the Epstein files, because technically a week before the war started, a file came out saying that a 14-year-old little girl had been interviewed by the FBI 4 times, saying that Trump assaulted her when she was 13. And boom, now all of a sudden we're at war. This is happening, that is happening. All of these filthy, pathetic, loser ass men are in the Epstein files, and they will do anything to get around it. I think the saddest thing about it is that if you actually look at it, the only person that technically has been convicted in the Epstein fuck up is a woman. I think it's insane that they made Hillary Clinton come to Capitol Hill and talk about the Epstein files, knowing good and well she had never met him, had never done any business with him, and then had the audacity to try to embarrass her in her congressional meeting, but took it soft on Bill Clinton. So that further lets you know that even still, from the grave, from this, all of these powerful men are still trying to protect each other out of this filth that they have been doing for years.
Filth, disgusting. All the people that were there, all the people who knew about it, it is just a very sad situation. And the outside world is just sit back laughing. And, this is a joke. And anybody who can support any of these people that are named, I did like Bill Clinton, but Bill Clinton is trash now. Certain people, you have to throw them in the trash. Like B. Janae, you might as well have printed the Epstein files on the same paper as Project 25. These grotesque Caucasians are not ashamed of anything they do. Completely agree with that. It's just they got the power. Hey, this is their country that they stole, and hey, they don't care about nothing, not even their own women and the women that they're trying to protect now to have more babies with them. You know,
Yeah.
it's crazy. Orpheus Rising reminds me of the movie Blink. Never seen the movie Blink, but I will
Yep.
engage in trying
Mm-hmm.
to watch.
Yep.
So yeah, Epstein files are out, and I
Yeah,
see that
all of it. That's the whole thing. And then I don't think that they realize how much worse it looked because they keep so they only release like a third of them, right? A third of them, and so they're like are massive. They said it's over like 3 million or something like that more files. How do you think it looks that you keep like if you look at the last couple of weeks and everything that happens, like it is time. As soon as the Epstein files keeps climbing back up, so like main media, then boom, something happens crazy. Like they are very none of this is by accident. All of this is strategic. Like this man is doing everything he can possible to make sure that people don't find out, sir, you're already a convicted rapist. You're already a convicted felon. We know that you're in the Epstein files. What we are trying to collectively figure out is why in the world did you run on a platform that you knew you could not provide?
does the country turn blue?
Yes. And I think that's exactly why they cheated in Texas yesterday. I think that's exactly why they have been zoning these lines. I want everybody to pay attention when it is voting day, even here in Illinois, right? I know we always go blue. I get it. I understand that. But what they did in Texas last night is just a glimpse of what they're going to be doing around the United States
What
this
did
year.
they do?
So we all know Jasmine Crockett was running last for Senate, correct? So people were showing up at polling places that they had been voting at for 8, 9 years, 10 years, almost a decade, and being told that they were no longer able to vote at that precinct and they had to go elsewhere. There were long lines, there was chaos, there was confusion. And so they filed an injunction, they filed a motion asking if they could extend voting from 7 to 9. The motion passed, saying yes, they could. So people got back in line trying to vote, but then the Supreme Court out of nowhere overturned the motion and said that anybody that voted after 7 o'clock, their vote did not count. This is just a minuscule.
Do we have results?
The white man won. Jasmine lost last night.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So all of this is very, very strategic. All I'm saying is that yes, we're going to go blue, but like it is going to have to be something we fight for. Like you need to make sure all of your voting stuff is together now, because if you wait till voting day, they can start doing this whole, oh, we can't find your name at this precinct. You have to go here. You have to go there. And the thing is what most people work on election day, right? So if I go to one precinct, it takes me 30, 45 minutes to get in. They tell me I can't vote there. I try to go, no, I can't. I got to go back to work. Then I don't get off to 5:30, 6 o'clock. I got to make it back to the polls before 7. Like all of this is strategic. They have all of this planned.
Wow. Okay. Well, we know here at Unapologetic, we're going to do our part to educate the people and to, just promote fairness.
Yeah.
Just make it fair. You
Yeah.
know, and if you have to lose, everybody has to lose. You know, lose with grace and dignity. But we know that that's not what
Huh.
that party is about at
They don't
all.
even know what that is.
Yeah. And speaking of grace and dignity, we lost one of our great humanitarians and civil rights activists, the Honorable Reverend Jesse Jackson, died at 84 right here in the great city of Chicago. Um, Stood side by side with Martin Luther the King and
Mhm.
others, uh, fighting for the rights of African American people and all people, um, back in the 50s and 60s and lived a long life, and he never stopped fighting. And his slogan was "Keep hope alive." And um, it's kind of funny, how he, what he was doing to get us rights back in the day. And we had maybe a decade or two of enjoying it, and now it's back, back almost to the drawing board as he passes away. But rest in peace to Reverend Jesse Jackson, and condolences to his family. And I think that he been shipped all over this country. South South Carolina and North Carolina, DC, Chicago funerals. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Well,
Jesse
he'll be
Jackson.
the main funeral is next week. So he laid in wait here for 2 days. Then
Mhm.
now he's down there. And then he'll come back. I think from my understanding, it's supposed to be private but online. The actual service. And
Mhm.
do you know they asked if he could lay in state in DC, and they told them no.
Has any other who else has done it that's not like a politician
Charlie
where
Kirk.
he was in the
And
oh,
they don't
I didn't
forget then they did flags half mast, remember?
I knew they weren't gonna do the flags, but I didn't know that Charlie Kirk actually laid in the Capitol. Oh wow.
Maybe he didn't lay in the Capitol. I have to look that up. But I know for a fact that he got a lot more than he was supposed to.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah. I mean, nobody give a damn about the flags anyway. But
Yeah. That's not the point. They supposed to.
look, they supposed to, but we know who we dealing with, okay? And Trump, and Trump, I don't like Trump. I can't stand Trump. And
Right.
one thing about it that he's funny, and I do like to laugh. So in his, he was a fan of Jesse Jackson,
Uh-huh.
and
Well,
he,
then
but
why didn't he let him lay in state?
he went when that wasn't his decision. That was somebody else. The Speaker of the House, I think, makes that
Oh,
decision.
okay.
But he took in his whatever tribute to Jesse Jackson. He made sure to throw shots at Barack Obama, saying
Are
that
you
yeah,
serious?
yeah. He said Jesse Jackson didn't like Barack Obama and blah blah blah. It's just like why?
Oh, he
You
is
gotta find
so
that.
annoying.
You gotta find that. So
Let me tell you
but
something. Trump is the epitome of like, I'm so mad they didn't let me play with them. Like he is just like, ugh. Like you could, like he is literally. I believe everything Stormy Daniels said about him. Stormy Daniels said he has a miniature dick. That he is absolutely. That he looks like a walrus with his clothes off. Like I believe everything Stormy Daniels said because the things that he get like he cannot. He hates Obama. Like
he hate Obama.
he will just like the random when he was just like arrest Obama. It's like this man is so envious. Like it is insane. His jealousy should be studied.
And it's just like, why though? Why? I know
Because
black.
Obama is everything he wish he could be.
But he
That's
said
it.
he said
That's all.
he said that Obama was going to start a war with Iran during his presidency.
Well,
That's we'll say that for Ian Chappelle. Uh, James Vanderbeek, one of your
oh,
favorites. One of your favorites passed on, Kim.
when I tell you I was in a meeting and like I literally had to stop because like it just my phone buzzed and like I picked it up and like it just popped. It really they really do. My phone buzzed and I picked it up, not even thinking about it, and I seen that come across my screen, and I instantly got teary eyed. The room was like,
Oh wow.
are you okay? No, you don't understand. Like Dawson's Creek was my show. And it just so happened literally out of nowhere. I was rewatching Dawson's Creek at the time. Like I had literally just picked it up randomly. I was on the last season, and then boom, this happened. James Vanderbeek, if you know about Dawson's Creek, you know. Okay. If you know about the love triangle, you know. Dawson Creek was the first show to show us that a woman could love two men on accident. Like it just, Dawson Creek was our literal like high school like love. Like I was Team Pacey all day, don't get me wrong, but like Dawson was everybody's crush. Like it just happened so fast. Like I had heard that he was sick, you know what I mean? But I had no clue that he was that sick. And so when it popped up on my screen, it literally broke my heart. Like RIP to Dawson, to James Vanderbeek. Sending condolences to his family and his 6 kids.
Oh wow.
6 kids, yes, and his wife Kimberly. Just yes, a part of our high school life. He was literally like these kids these days don't really understand appointment TV. That's a thing for us. And Dawson's Creek was appointment TV.
Yeah.
Every week.
Yeah. That's good stuff. Appointment TV. I like that. Catherine O'Hara did 71. Kevin's mother. Most notable role that she played, and she was just starting to come back.
Oh no, you must not know anything about Schitt's Creek.
Oh, okay, no.
Oh my God, let me tell you something. If you want to laugh, Catherine O'Hara played on a show. It is called Schitt's Creek. It is on Hulu right now. It is absolutely phenomenal. Like, she is absolutely hilarious. I love Catherine O'Hara. She was also in the studio with Seth Rogen and them down there to the Apple TV. So Catherine O'Hara never stopped working. I think a lot of people just associate her with Home Alone, and that's where they stop at. But no, your girl had been working for forever. Okay. So she was another one that did not see it coming. It was revealed that it was some type of aneurysm or something like that. So that really, really sucks. But condolences to her and her family. That was another one that took me out because I was not prepared. I told you 2026 not playing.
Orpheus Rising on watching us live on Instagram, and we are live on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. Make sure you follow us on all social media and podcast platforms. He says that his mom wouldn't let him watch Mr. Dawson's Creek because he was smashing one of the teachers.
Oh my God. Okay, first of all, you got to put context on that. Don't do that now. Don't do that. So yes, Pacey, Joshua Jackson, in the first season had an affair with his teacher. No, why you gotta talk about the bad stuff? We talking about the good stuff. Yes. Oh yes. Absolute yes, sis. Pure genius. Schitt's Creek is pure genius. Like seriously, it really, really is.
Okay, I got some stuff. Hopefully, I can remember. I got some stuff I need to watch since I don't have Comcast anymore. Thank God, I finally got rid of Comcast. Well, now the Cubs about to start too, so I guess I probably won't have no.
Go finna get it right back. Mm-hmm.
Baseball is back. Baseball is back, baby. So T.K. Carter dead at 69. A long legendary acting career as well. Rest in peace to him and condolences to his family. Richard Smallwood, one of the great gospel greats, also went home to glory recently, 12:30, right there at the new year. Richard Smallwood just responsible for so many great gospel hits and hits that I didn't even know. I
was gonna say I don't know a lot of his work.
Yeah, and he was a mentor to so many of the artists of our time. So rest in peace to Richard Smallwood. Lil Jon's son passed away. What was that all about?
Yeah. It seems like he had some type of episode, some type of psychotic episode. And it it seems like from the reports, it seems like he drowned on accident.
Hmm.
Just sad, all the way around in his 20s, trying to make it for himself in the business. Lil Jon put out a amazing tribute to him. Just, mental health is something that we should all really pay attention to. I guarantee you, you might not know it, but I guarantee you, as someone in your family that everybody knows to keep an eye on because of things like this and things like that. And it kind of seems like that at the time Little John was trying to like keep it under wraps or whatever, but us living in the age of social media, that didn't really go well, and they were searching for him for a couple of days, but unfortunately they did find him in the lake next to his house. So sending condolences to
Oh
him
wow.
and his family. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Definitely rest in peace. And Imani Smith, who played Nala on The Lion King, dead at 26, and they say that her boyfriend is the main suspect. Oh no, he's been charged.
Yeah. Yeah. Seems like it was some type of domestic dispute that turned deadly. Of course, no one in your situation can tell you anything about your situation, but the one thing that I will say, that if he has hit you once, he will hit you again. I will say, well, they will hit you again, because abuse comes from men and women. And if you don't know how to leave, find the resources to assist you to leave, because you never know what can happen in the long run. This is just sad for no reason.
Yeah, and if you got a brother or a
Yeah.
sister, let them know. I'm pretty sure they know what to do. But
Yeah.
rest
Yeah.
in peace.
Mhm.
Rest in
Yeah.
peace to Imani Smith, 26, that young.
Goodness.
That's why I tell my kids, don't be trying to commit to people so early. You be friends, and once you see signs, get out. But wait till you're in your 30s, mid 30s, to try to do that relationship stuff. Um, Another sad story: Mary Cosby on the Real
Oh,
Housewives of Salt Lake City. I
yeah.
was devastated to hear about this because I do watch the show, and I know that she had been trying to get her son help
Hmm.
for so long, for the
Oh, wow.
past couple of seasons. And he was in rehab, out of rehab, went to jail, rehab, all type of stuff. And so for her, it looks like she found him in his, like she found him dead.
Oh,
Uh, so yeah,
yeah. I know he OD'd.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So goes back to your saying about the mental health and
Yeah.
substance abuse, and um yeah, it's just so sad. That was her only son,
Oh,
only child,
wow. Oh,
and
wow.
she loved him, and she aired it all out on TV, which
Mhm.
just has to make it that much harder, because now you really can't go anywhere and move anywhere without
Yeah.
people thinking they know you and making assumptions and judging you. So yeah, prayers out to Mary Cosby. One thing I like about Mary on the show is that she's black. You know, uh, Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. You got a cast full of white women, and she's the only black woman, and she stays true to herself.
Oh,
You
I
can tell,
love
like,
that.
this is a black woman on an all white show, and she
Yeah.
doesn't try to fit in.
Mm.
Um, so yeah,
That the house that they are on my list.
yeah,
I've never started Salt Lake City, but Salt Lake City is on my list.
yeah. Real Housewives of Atlanta. Nene is back, Kim. I think if we go back some seasons, you said Nene would never be back, and Nene has made an appearance back on Bravo. What are your thoughts?
I want to be very clear. How they tried to make it and how Nene tried to make it is like she was coming back for the show. She is on a scene in Ultimate Girls Trip. They are doing basically like 20 years of Housewives, and it's all the OGs, which basically they couldn't get no OGs from Atlanta because they've been fired for other reasons, or they just didn't want them. So they have Portia, I think Portia and Phaedra. And Portia and Phaedra, from my understanding, went to the higher ups and basically said how important it was for at least Nene to make an appearance. And that's exactly what happened. She made an appearance on the show.
Well, we know that that just is going to lead to a return to the
I
Real
don't see it.
Housewives.
I don't see it. I heard that this season is trash. I heard it's giving very much Love and Hip Hop, and I heard a lot of people are upset about that. Feel how you want to feel, but Love and Hip Hop and Housewives of Atlanta are two different shows. For whatever reason, all of a sudden they're trying to merge the two, and I've heard a lot of people are not loving it. I think that yes, Nene got this little break, but you do not get to call your boss a cokehead and basically sue them and your boss and get to come back all peachy cream. It's not going to happen. Nene
Well,
Leakes,
that happened years ago. And if that was
no,
the case,
Nene
Kim,
Leakes will not be on Real Housewives of Atlanta.
if
She
that
will.
was the case, it was zero reason to have her on this Ultimate Girls trip. They made up,
Portia,
they kissed, they made up.
Portia and Phaedra rooted for this, and that's why it happened. They
She'll be
wanted
back.
no, she
She'll be
won't.
back. She added something to the show that not even Portia has been able to deliver, and that
No,
is star power, and that is big amongst Black Hollywood, and even we can even go say Donald Trump. You know, at one point she said she was cashing Trump checks. So they have not been able to reach uh, the audience or the where they were at one point when Nene was on the show. So Nene will be back.
I
Yeah.
don't believe that. I think Candy will be back before Nene, and they'll get rid of Phaedra to bring Candy back.
It and it is no need for Candy to come back now. I mean, her life was boring with Todd there. It's definitely gonna be boring without Todd. I
I
mean,
think they'll come back. I think they'll bring her back for the divorce part, especially now that they, are fighting in the media. But I do. I think that Candy Burrs and her mom and them would be back before Nene.
yeah, I
Yeah.
don't see that at all.
Yep. I see it.
But Love and Hip Hop, you talk about Real Housewives of Atlanta, Love and Hip Hop. You got K Michelle, who has a peach now. I
I don't
don't
do Michelle.
get that at all.
I do not do Michelle.
Portia is all over the place, and I was a big Portia fan, but she's doing way too much, and it just seems like it's all just attention grabbing.
Performative.
Yeah, and Drew Sidora, if she's dating Portia's baby daddy, as the people are saying, and then she finally got her divorce, it's definitely just
Like
the
I
show
said,
has
I heard a lot of people are saying it's giving Love and Hip Hop, and it's a no for me. It's a no. Yeah.
Yeah. It's not. It's just not. We need to bring the OGs back and let's get some real stuff going on. And so I think that Nene will bring that.
No.
And at this point, I'm not even opposed to just having a show with just the Real Housewives. When you get Nene, you have Portia, you have Phaedra, you go grab Giselle and Karen, and just let them be one show. I think that would be good TV versus always trying to find this next group of newbies who are fans of Real Housewives.
Oh, it's so bad. You can so tell.
Yeah.
It's
and they
so
just
bad
coming
when they come in
on
as
to maybe
fans.
challenge the OGs. So it might be time to just do some.
I think that's why the Ultimate Girls Trip thing happened. Like, because that's basically what the Ultimate Girls Trip is. It's like the OGs of the shows all coming together for a vacation. And I will say, I will say this. I will say that the first Ultimate Girls Trip with Kyle and all of them, loved it. Even the one with Teresa Kenya and Cynthia was good. Like they are all really good TV. I think Brandy Glanwood messed Ultimate Girls Trip up when she got, when she did what she did or whatever. But I do think that they know that they have an audience for that, and that'll keep cycling back around.
Phil, I agree with you. Now, it's not housewives anymore because a lot of them come on without a husband
Sure.
and not even dating. Now, they get on Giselle. Now, I think Giselle is good TV, but if she's dating, we should be able to see some of these dates. I think that, just her being light skinned and pretty is not enough. But she's in good. She's in good with Andy.
No. I know you've seen that. Did you watch the reunion?
Yes, I think I saw the last one.
She didn't have a package.
So I missed that part. What was the package about?
So basically, how the reunions work is that you, as a cast member, you get a package, and they put like everything that you did in the season and what you got going on. Giselle was the only person on the couch that didn't get a package. And so when she says it to Andy, I think she thought Andy was going to say something like, oh man, Andy just looked at her and kept it moving. So the word on the street is, because she's the word on the street, right? The word on the street is that was the producers basically telling her that if she doesn't start giving more of her life, that in the next season or two, she could be out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I think that's fair. I do think that if they get rid of Giselle, you might as well cancel Potomac. Potomac is done.
I agree. She's a part of the show, but them leaving her out of the package speaks volumes. That's never happened before.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, if you get rid of Giselle, that show is done. But I do agree that she should give more. And now that her daughters are older, then that should not be a problem. So that's something. And your girl made an appearance, Karen, fresh out of jail. She sat back on the couch. I know that's your girl. Karen, that's your girl.
I think the only thing that I have pushback with Karen is the whole like her not wanting to call herself an alcoholic. Like, don't get me wrong, I get it that words manifest things and things like that. But at the end of the day, like Karen is an alcoholic, right? And so her like doing this whole run around of I want to call myself a recovering lifetime addict or whatever like that. I don't know. I didn't see this, but a lot of people said that Karen was high on the reunion.
She looked like
her lashes. I thought it was her like. I don't think a lot of people understand how bad, like how odd you can look with how sometimes when your lashes are too long. So that's what it read to me. But I am happy Karen is back. I think Karen was missed this season. I thought this season was trash. So I do think them bringing her back, Wendy and them going through what they're going through. I do not think Angel is gonna make it back. I just don't.
Yeah.
She was terrible.
I didn't dislike Angel.
Right. She just made it worse for herself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And she wasn't, you could tell that she has some image problems.
Yeah.
Just in the way that, she does portray herself on social media, some of the things that she wears. And she just came in as a fan of the show and just trying to fit in and not being authentic. Now, a lot of the stuff is phony. I think Karen is phony, but there is some authenticity to Karen.
Yeah.
And Angel just didn't.
You want to know what it is? So Angel's husband was in the NFL for what, 10 years, Bobby?
Mm-hmm.
And so Angel was a wag. And I think that Angel being a wag and her husband being this NFL player, I think that became her personality. I think that became who she thought she was, right? Mm-hmm. That all of the girls were going to love her because like she brought this new type of lifestyle. Like I'm a wag. Like that's a thing. And I think she found out in real time that people did not give a fuck that she was a wag. And I think she found out in real time that she was not a cool girl. I think she
Yeah.
found out in real time that in other circles other than the wag that she's a lame. And I think it came off her as shock because she had not experienced that before, right? She was so used to women running up behind her, wanting to be friends with her because her husband is in the NFL. But then when you set yourself in a group of women that don't give a shit about nothing like that, it's very jarring because I'm assuming she thought she was going to come in and be like the it girl because she's a wag. And I
Yeah.
think when that didn't go well, she just didn't know how to reset.
Yeah. And you gotta be able to hold your own
You
against.
do.
We know
Yeah.
Giselle
Ooh,
and Ashley.
yeah.
They gonna come at you,
Yes.
and Kierna KK, whatever her name is,
Yes.
her best
Kay.
friend was not.
Kay was
She
terrible
was,
as a friend. Kay was
yeah,
horrible as a
yeah,
friend. If you got friends like Kay, I don't want to be your friend.
yeah.
I don't want to be your friend.
Now she is pretty though. I will say that
Yeah, Kay is gorgeous. Yeah.
she's pretty, and
Mhm.
Potomac might have. I think they're the prettiest group out of all of them too.
Really?
Uh, yeah, Monique looks good.
Oh,
Giselle
gorgeous.
looks good for her
Absolutely
age. I
gorgeous.
mean, Karen looks plastic, but she's in her 60s. Ashley,
Honestly, yeah. I guess I
yeah,
gotta give you that. Yeah.
yeah, they
Yeah.
are. They're a pretty group. That
Yeah.
Kay,
Yeah.
she's something else. And even the jazzy girl was nice. I like the girl with the accent. And
Oh,
Stacy,
Tia.
they give Stacy a hard time, but Stacy is good TV.
Stacy is great TV.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. Great
yeah.
TV.
So, and I did notice where they were sitting. Stacy was sitting in that front seat.
Boom.
Right?
That's it. That's all. First
Yeah,
chair. They can hate
yeah,
Stacy all they want. Stacy ain't going nowhere.
yeah. Kim, it's so good to see your face.
You as well.
Haven't seen you since December when we wrapped up season 15 of the Unapologetic podcast. We are now in season 16. Thank you,
Mm-hmm.
Jesus. And we're still having fun. And welcome back to Chicago. Safe
Thank you.
travels to Carbondale. And we're going to get back into Kim's Corner next week.
Yes.
And I think we're gonna put a lot more shine on Kim's Corner in season 16. I think that the people would love to have us talk a lot more about topics and get some people on and talk about some interesting stuff. We had a conversation. I don't know where we were
Yeah.
uh, about what was the name of it?
It's
What
love
was it?
bombing.
Love bombing. Uh, that
You
our
wait, you claim that you had never heard of love bombing before.
No, yeah, never heard of love bombing. So we definitely need to have more Kim's Corner
Yeah.
shows
Mm-hmm.
in the future.
Well,
But make sure
I
you,
just, very quickly, I just want to say that like love bombing is not a new thing. Like men have been love bombing women for a very long time now, and I think that we've just finally turned the conversation on to love bombing. But I'm very, very interested to, have the conversation, to have men have the conversation with us to see if they have heard of love bombing, because in the women community, love bombing is a thing.
and I think that Phil hit it right on the head with that. It ain't called love bombing. It's not called chivalry anymore. It's called love bombing. Wow.
Yeah, no. So I disagree. And the only reason that I disagree is because chivalry is meaningful. Chivalry has intention behind it. Love bombing is for the person that is doing it. Love bombing is for that person's ego.
I
Um,
think he knows. I think he knows exactly what he's saying.
oh, okay. Like I said, I disagree.
Yeah,
I think chivalry has intention. I think love bombing is bullshit. And we'll go more into it. I can't wait.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
That's gonna be good stuff. The
Yes.
actual factual Kim Smith back in the building, season 16 of Unapologetic, kicking off tonight with episode 1, episode 2 next Wednesday night. You know, we'll be live on Facebook, live on YouTube, and live on Instagram. You can always go back and listen to us on all podcast platforms. You can watch us on YouTube as
Yeah.
well. The actual and factual Kim Smith, happy birthday to you. It is still
Thank you.
Pisces season,
Yes.
and we are out.
Good night.
Thank you all.